Oh my god, I'm filming a video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Wow, saying that is so exciting. It is officially summer for me. I mean, it doesn't look like summer out, but it's summer for me. I am back to my 2 days a week uploading. I'm planning on sticking to Sundays and Wednesday. I was thinking about doing 3 days a week, but I don't want to force content. Like, I want it to be stuff that I actually want to do. So I feel like you can tell when a YouTuber forces something. I'm like, girl. Anyway, I'm back. I wanted to start, I have a lot of really cool stuff planned, a lot of stuff that people have been asking about, like a tanning routine, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to start today with a summer makeup routine because it is a little bit different than like what I would do in the winter. My skin is like normal to like combination, I guess you would say. I do get dry patches, but I also get oily. Like, my life sucks. So I'm gonna show you what I do in the summer, my, little summer routine. Do you guys like my new setup? Like, is this cute or no? Oh my god, can you see the stuff on my bed and my mirror? Oh my god. I am home. That's my new dresser from IKEA that I just built myself. These are my drawers from Michael's. I'll link them below because I'm sure someone's gonna ask. They're so cute. I'm actually waiting on a lamp. Like, I got a light to go, not a lamp, sorry, I'm stupid. A light to go right back there where the Sephora bag is, and it's so cute. And shout out to my dad who bought it for me. Whenever you see it, you're gonna be like, oh my god. Okay, let's get into this. Let's start. Let's get the ball rolling. To start, I'm gonna pin back my hair because that's so annoying when it's all in my face. Sadly, all my makeup is stored there. Like, I don't have a full vanity set up. I just have a desk without like any storage. I have all my like everyday makeup in this bin, and it's the only thing I keep on here. I'm probably gonna have to get up and go to that drawer like 9 times this whole video. I'm so annoying. I'm gonna start with the CeraVe moisturizing cream. This is the travel size of it. I love this stuff. And it's like pretty thick, but like I said, I can get kind of dry, and I'd rather be a little slick than dry. Like, I'd rather look a little bit shiny than a little bit cakey. So I go for like a heavy moisturizer even in the summer. It's like 45 degrees out right now and raining. So like, I'm not really in the whole summer mood vibe, but we're gonna do this anyway. So I finished my finals almost 2 weeks ago, and today was like technically my first day back to work. I took 1 week off after finals because we had a bunch of cheerleading stuff to do. So yeah, today we are back to the grind. It is Monday. For primer, I'm gonna use this Milk Makeup primer. This is it's the Hydro Grip Primer. I knew that. Why didn't I say that? Really, really like this primer. It's totally worth all of the hype it's getting. Like, when I see stuff like this blown up on YouTube, I'm like, okay, how many of these posts are sponsored? Number one. Number two, how many of you are just going along with it because everybody else is going along with it? Like, I just don't believe when it's super blown up on YouTube. But like, this is worth the hype, honestly. I'm gonna talk more about this primer in my favorites video that'll be up. This video will be up on Wednesday, and then the favorites video will be up on Sunday. So if you want to wait to find out if you should buy this a couple of days, then. For foundation, I'm gonna use, okay, there's 2 foundations I've been using recently that are more summery, actually I'm putting lip balm on right now, so give me a sec. This is the Laneige Sleeping Care Lip Mask. It's juicy. Okay. If you have more oily skin, I'm going to recommend, I'm trying to look for it, so, oh, it's right here. If you like a more matte finish, I would totally go with the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I really like this. I tried this like more recently, and I was really surprised because I liked it a lot. I'm going to put this on a foundation palette. I'm gonna use a lot of it because that's just who I am. Mine is in the shade M90, which is the shade Perfect Beige. It's like a really nice neutral undertone, which is what I like. I'm not really about the whole warm undertones anymore. If you like a little bit more dewy, I've talked about this a million times and I stand by this stuff. This stuff is beautiful. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Skin Foundation. I don't know why I always throw the word skin in there because it's just called the Healthy Foundation. In the Physicians Formula foundation, I wear M3 and M4. I like to mix the 2 of them together, but when I'm a little bit more tan, I wear just M4. When I'm a little bit more light. I wear M3. I'm not putting this directly like on my beauty blender and then onto my face because I feel like I've been trying it this way more recently and I like it more. I feel like the beauty blender totally absorbs product and I'm okay with that. Like I'm very much aware, I've been aware of that. But this just kind of like, I don't know, it's more direct, I feel like. I'm not putting that much on my forehead just because I have a very large forehead. I feel like a lot of people on YouTube these days, like a lot of beauty people, are talking about how they're not using a lot of foundation on their forehead. I know that's a totally weird observance, but I can see it and I agree. Like the forehead doesn't really need that much unless you have like a problematic, like, you know, you have acne or something on your forehead, but you really don't need that much. As I sit here and paint my face. The sponge I'm using is the Real Techniques Face and Body Sponge. See how fast it just blended that out? But I like the sponge the most. It's super quick. I have the pink one because it was like a Mother's Day, like limited edition type thing. But they had like a couple, I'm sorry, not Mother's Day. I'm insane. Valentine's Day, that's what it was. Yeah, Valentine's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day. My mom, what she wanted for Mother's Day, and she said to drink. That's all she said. Now that that is blended to the gods. Just kidding, I should never say that again. Before everyone comes for me about the whole Starbucks cup that I'm using a plastic one, I'm sorry. I actually bought the reusable one and I use the reusable one all the time, but I forgot it today and my Starbucks is like 20 minutes from me, so I was like, should I turn around and go back and get it? And then I didn't. I feel bad. This product won't focus, so I guess I'm not giving you a product shot of it, but this is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define super size concealer. This is like the bigger one that you can only get online. Someone said to me that you can find this concealer at Ulta, but like the big size of it at Ulta, and I was like, no you can't. And then I'm like, maybe I'm crazy. So I went to Ulta and specifically looked for like the bigger size of this, and all I could find was the foundation. So I feel like maybe that person was a little bit confused, but at least at my Ulta, they don't have this in store, like the big size, they only have it online, but it's worth it. I've been really trying to use less concealer. I watched a video, I can't remember who it was now, but she only put concealer underneath her eyes and then she just used like whatever was left over on her sponge, kind of like in the other areas she wanted to highlight, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. It looks like I put on a lot, but really I really didn't put on that much. Like this concealer isn't like Tarte Shape Tape thick or anything like that. This is definitely doable right there. That's not bad. And I'm just going to use like a tiny bit, whatever's left there on my forehead. I don't like to bring a lot of attention to my forehead, so I'm going to go over my chin a little bit too. For my eyelids, I'm just going to go over my eyelids with the sponge because it already has like makeup on it. Okay, concealer is nice and blended, girl. My cat is over there snoring. I've never heard her snore before in her entire life. And now the camera's on and now she wants to snore. Okay. Next, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I have this in the shade Light, Medium, and Medium Deep. Underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the shade Light. Now, I will warn you, if you are lighter than me, this is not going to give you any type of highlight, like at all. Like I don't feel like this powder is brightening underneath my eyes. It is neutral enough that it doesn't give me like a super bright under eye. It just sets my powder, and I love that. If you've been following me for a minute, you would know that I don't really do the whole like super bright under eye look. I would prefer it to just be like blurred, smooth, and neutral looking, and that is exactly what this powder does. This powder is so good. I don't know where I've been. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I've not realized how good this powder was for so long, and I've been missing out. It is so cheap. It's like $5, and it is incredible. Now, since it's summer, I wouldn't do this in the fall, but I'm definitely going to do it in the summer. I do get like a little bit oily around my mouth and like right around my nose area. So I'm going to put like a little bit extra powder right there. And yeah, just press that into my skin because that is where I would get oily. But I'm going to be careful to not put this powder all over my face because it is like a little bit lighter than my skin. So for my entire face, I usually mix medium and medium deep. This foundation really doesn't need to be set. The healthy one from Physicians Formula is, I would say that's like more, you need to set that one more than you would this one. The shade medium is more neutral, more coolish neutral, and the shade medium deep is a lot warmer. So I like to mix the two to get like a perfect shade. And I'm only gonna use like the smallest amount of it. I will probably just let this sit on my vanity for like a while and keep like dipping into that mixture because I don't like to use a ton of powder. Like that's all the powder I'm gonna put on my face, and then I'm just gonna pat it right in. I forgot. Okay, I forgot to cream bronze. What the hell's wrong with me? Ah! Don't mind me, but you should do this before you put powders on. So we're just gonna hope and pray that this doesn't turn out super splotchy. And if it does, you know why. I always do this after my concealer. I don't know, maybe I'm not cut out for this filming life because I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in 13.5, which is like my favorite cream bronzer, and I've been using this for a long time. This hasn't changed. I'm using that on like the perimeters of my face. Let's just pray that this doesn't look bad. I didn't put much on my forehead yet, so my forehead should be okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Can make it work, right? Someone tell me that we can make it work. I always do creams before powders, and I know that. I personally really like cream bronzer, especially underneath powder bronzer. Like it kind of just reinforces what you already are gonna do anyway. I really think that like it's not super hard. I know a lot of beginners are like scared of cream bronzer, and I totally get that because it can go south really easily. I think the key to it is finding the right shade for your skin tone. Like a super warm bronzer is not ideal for every skin tone. The bronzer that I use also has like a neutral undertone, so that's why I think these two just like work really well together. This isn't that bad, right? Even though there's definitely powder right here, it's still, oh god, oh god, oh my god, that's not blended. It looks blended on camera, but it's seriously pretty patchy. Now I'm gonna, I guess, use this powder again. This is, I'm just so annoyed. I like this powder, and I think it's a total gem from the drugstore. Like, seriously. For bronzer, I've been using the new Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker. Yeah, Instant Warmth Bronzer. I got mine in the shade Caramel Cutie. This is the color. It's honestly really, really neutral. So that's why I got it. And it looks like I haven't even worn it. Like it looks like I haven't even dipped into it, but I have. I've been wearing it. And I just do like a little bit of it right where I put that cream bronzer. This bronzer is amazing. I really like it. I'm also going to include this in my favorites because I've been very much into it. But it doesn't have any type of shimmer, and that is like okay, that's okay with me. And I do really like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I think that might be my favorite bronzer of all time, but that one has like a little bit of a glow to it. This one, the color is beautiful, but it's completely matte. So if you're looking for something with a little bit of a glow in the bronzer department, go with the Physicians Formula one. But if you're looking to be just very matte and more, I don't know, natural, this one is really good too. I like them both. I use them both. I've been using the Physicians Formula one for like almost 2 years. The reason why I actually bought this new Fenty one is because I was like, you know, YouTube is probably sick of me using the same bronzer for years. I won't lie to you, I'm such a sucker for packaging. Like if the packaging is nice, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I need to try that one. If you have any other drugstore bronzer recommendations, I will totally take them other than the Physicians Formula one, but I just feel like if you're gonna get a drugstore bronzer, you're gonna get Physicians Formula because it's so good. Okay, so for blush, I've been using the NYX HD blush in the shade Intuition. I would hold it up, but it's broken, so I'm gonna be careful. This blush is so pretty. I either use this one or I use Dolly from Buxom. I can't open it. Oh my god, this is so broken. Hence the I'm aggressive. I really like this shade. It's like kind of darker, and I'm into that for the summer. I'm into the darker blushes, the blush that really shows up. Like I'm looking to be like, okay, that girl is wearing a beautiful blush. On my skin tone, this is super pretty. So if you're like a skin tone like me, I would definitely recommend this blush. I put blush like almost up into my eyes, like underneath my eyes. I definitely put it. And I put it above my forehead, above my eyebrows. I put it here. I put it like the whole way on to the apples of my cheeks and the whole way up. So I'm gonna put just a little bit on the tip of my nose. Everybody does that now. This color reminds me a lot of Buxom Dolly. Oh my god, look, that's what happens. I think Dolly might be a little bit darker and a little bit more mauve-y, and this one's a little bit just pinkier. I will be right back with brows on. You done snoring over there? Yeah, brows are on. We're living our best life. For shadow, you know me, you know how this goes by now. This is from the brand Kiko, and this is the Smart Color eyeshadow in the shade 4. Like this shadow a lot. It is really pigmented, and I feel like you can definitely find this type of a color in a palette that you probably already have. I like the one little shadow. Like I can just carry that one little shadow and I know that that's the exact color I want. I use a Morphe M433 and I'm literally just gonna put this all over my lid and then work the whatever's left over on the brush into my crease. I'm not doing too much at all, and I will make my eyes, my whole kind of face blend together a little bit better when I nose contour. I really don't need a ton of shadow whenever you have pretty full lash extensions anyway. So I feel like this doesn't take away from the lashes, but this doesn't, it like just really, what's the word I'm looking for? It is complimentary of my lashes. That's the word I'm looking for. And that's all I'm doing for shadow. I really like this shadow. If you don't have one like this in your collection, or you don't have like a bunch of palettes, or I don't know, you like this color, I would totally recommend that Kiko eyeshadow, even though it's just a single one. Before I go in with the highlight, I'm gonna use my Morphe setting spray. I'm just gonna take a shower right quick. Margot taught me this. She was like, use a setting spray, then put highlight on, and then use setting spray again. And I was like, yeah, that's way too much work. She's so right. I like to use this setting spray and then put highlight on and then use my Milani setting spray, and I feel like it is a little match made in heaven. Wow, I really forgot to nose contour before I did that. Okay, so I'm never drinking coffee again. Now, my problem with nose contour is I just don't think I have found the perfect brush yet. I have found the perfect shadow, the perfect color, but not the perfect brush. I've been using this Morphe E16, and at first I really liked it because it is like really precise, but I think it's just too fat. Really want the JD Weighty 180, I think that's what it's called, but it is always sold out. Shade right here, the lightest one in the Profusion Pro Contour palette. I've been using this one for face contour, nose contour, eye contour, all of the contours. When I nose contour, I always make 2 lines down the middle, which is, you know, very typical of nose contouring. Where I bring it all together is I pull it up into my brow. I feel like it kind of makes my brows look a little bit fuller. It ties like the shadow, everything in, and it also brings my eyes a little bit closer together. There's actually a picture on my Instagram where I had like a really strong and good nose contour day. Like my nose contour was like on point, and I didn't use this brush, I used a different one. It was so strong, and like in person it was actually like, you were like, okay girl, you nose contoured. Someone commented on it and was like, you don't even look like that in real life. And I'm thinking to myself like, and it had to be my nose, because that was the only thing that looked different about me than any other pictures. Just an extremely snatched nose contour. To make it all blend together, I'm also using this Morphe M530, and I'm going over my brows, I'm going over my shadow, I'm going over my nose, like my nostrils. I'm going over all of it just because it gives that bronzy look. Okay, so for highlight, I've really just been so stuck on this one highlight, and I've been using it like nonstop. The highlight I'm talking about is the Master Chrome by Maybelline. I use both of these shades. I use the molten gold and I use the rose gold, and I mix the two. The golden one has a really nice golden undertone, and then the pink one is like more, it's definitely more like in your face, but I don't like the pink one on its own, like especially when I have a tan, so I like to mix the two. Honestly gonna go lighter with it. Like I'm just gonna put a little bit here and there. I used to load on highlight like so much more than I do now. I mean, there's still like a decent amount on my face, but I used to just do a lot more, and now I'm like kind of slowing down on the highlight. Before I use my final setting spray, I'm going to put a little bit more powder right here in my smile lines. So I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. Have used this for years. Love this stuff. Does anyone else find that the Milani setting spray has like a faulty pump? Like sometimes the pump is really nice and then other times you get a bottle and the pump's not so good. For lips, I'm going to use the same lip liner I've been using forever. And this is the NYX Peekaboo lip liner in the shade Peekaboo. I'm just gonna line my lips. I'm gonna fill them in just a little bit because the gloss I'm using is like, it needs like a liner underneath. Why is my dad downstairs just yelling? Like there's no one home. Who is he talking to? I guess I have no room to talk. I sit here and talk to a camera. For gloss, I'm going to use the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Lip Gloss. These are $6 and they are so worth it. I have 3 shades of them at this point and I love it, but I'm going to use the shade Easy Does It. Yeah, Easy Does It. And this has like gold reflex, but I'm only going to use a little bit. It makes your lips look so juicy. Like, do you see that? The gold reflex in this are beautiful, but I feel like I have to have a liner underneath it or it doesn't make sense. That is all for my summer makeup routine. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Like I said, I am back with the uploads twice a week, every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. I will see you guys in the next one on Sunday. See you later.